What's this? You guys saw this clip here, earthquake bed.
Yeah.
This has been going around. What is this?
Got my attention on Twitter. Let me ask you this, Trey. You know how you were, you wanted to move to California, but you're like, what if an earthquake kills me in my sleep?
Right. That's why I'm here.
Well, happy to say, might have to sell the house. Got a little solution for you.
Oh, finally.
Yep.
Okay.
Introducing the earthquake bed. During tremors, it could save your life.
Basically, it's a bed on like a large... Oh my gosh.
It's stocked with food, water.
Basically, it's a massive, like...
chamber. It's
safe.
a coffin.
It's a safe.
It's just a massive box that your bed slips into and shuts. And you're in a coffin.
It keeps showing the same earthquake footage over and over, this building collapsing.
I mean, that I would rather never walk again.
I knew you were going to like this.
It's temperature control.
There's a lot of different options. You see, this I like this one where you kind
of like a Mr. Beast video or something.
Yeah.
So
I like the taco style.
The taco style just crunches you, and there's food and water down there. It almost looked like there was a fire extinguisher down there. If I have to use a fire extinguisher in a small box, I mean, at that point, like, it's over.
Yeah.
If the fire gets in the box,
it's just guaranteed to accidentally trip some point and just scare you half to death.
Surely there's like an emergency call. Like, there's a way for you to contact people in there. Surely.
I feel like, yeah, there's so many flaws. I don't know nothing about earthquakes, but I feel like, for one, let's say there is an actual earthquake and you do actually go down in it. I mean, people are just going to think you're rubble. No one knows about an earthquake bed. No one's like, it's probably an earthquake bed. Let's go ahead and open that up. You're just going to be like in this soundproof barrier.
All right, I've never been in an earthquake place. Do earthquakes, it seems very rare that earthquakes just crush a building like that, right?
I think it's rare, but it does happen.
Right.
I mean, like...
Has it happened more than once in California in the last, like, 50 years?
Yeah, I think it's always happening in, like, Chile or something. Or
right.
Like Haiti.
The one during the World Series. Do you guys remember that?
No. There's a bad one in Cali. Earthquakes are... Have you ever experienced an earthquake?
In Oklahoma, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Oklahoma. I don't know if this is controversial to say, but I think it's obvious with the...
fracking.
All of the fracking and oil drilling, earthquakes began happening.
Oh, it's up like 13,000% since like fracking started.
I mean,
it's
it literally never happened. And then so when I was probably 17, 18, and then through college, we started experiencing, and I've experienced one or two like sizable, wake up in the middle of the night, everything shaking.
Really?
Couple picture frames fall off the walls.
Really?
Yeah, you're like, oh. I don't like this addition.
I've never had it that serious. I thought we were on like the second floor of an apartment in Stillwater, actually, and it sounded like the garage door was being opened underneath us, and I didn't think much of it. And then I realized, like, wait, we're in an apartment. There's no garage beneath us. So I was like, wait, what was that? And he's like, that was a little like earthquake. I was like, cool.
Yeah, well, it started with a kind of a cool like, tiny earthquakes, but I experienced like two I can remember that were like 4 point something.
Okay.
Which is getting up
That's a good
there.
GPA.
Like I was near the epicenter, and you're like, I did not like that.
My parents.
We all woke up in the middle of the night, like, oh my gosh.
My parents were in California during the like 1989 or 88, like huge one.
Yeah, that's the one during the World Series, the Loma.
Yeah.
Oh.
They like couldn't find each other for hours and hours because they didn't have cell phones, and so they, one was at work, one was at home. They couldn't find each other. They couldn't sleep in their apartment building for like a week because there's like the aftershocks and stuff, and it could just collapse. I guess they had a huge fish tank that just, exploded in their apartment, and it sounded pretty terrifying.
Oh, okay. What? That is terrifying. And by that I mean the fact that your parents owned a fish tank.
Yeah, that was honestly the most surprising part of their story.
Why?
We've never like really had that since. Like, I don't.
Was that been ever discussed more in depth?
I have no idea. We can talk about it with them over Christmas. How about that?
Yeah, let's discuss.
Because I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she had an early love for fish, and that ruined it.
I'm gonna put money. It was my dad.
It needed some fish in there.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever had a fish?
No, not even a little bit.
We had
insane.
like you guys didn't
My
have
sister
the,
had,
like
like, a
beta
little
fish?
Beta fish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and you put them in the same.
Yeah, you guys didn't have those?
You did that?
Oh well, no, but that's the
That's
type
not
of fish.
funny.
That's the
That's
type
not
of
funny.
fish.
What
but
happens
no.
You ever had him fight Derek? Oh, I know Derek did. Look at him. He's a family man, not a fish guy though.
What happens with beta
So
fish?
for whatever reason, beta are very territorial. So if you just put two in the same bowl, they just fight to the death.
Whoa. That's like guaranteed to happen?
Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Huh.
And so I remember going into like a pet store or something, and they have the beta fish, I think, uniquely locked up because like punk kids will walk in and just be like,
Oh, and just toss them in.
yeah,
Oh my god.
and they just start ripping each other to shreds.
That seems hard. If I'm a fish and I'm trying to kill another fish, like we're too slippery, and I don't have arms. How in the world am I
Yeah, I
supposed
mean
to kill you?
it's a slow process.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not a spectator sport for a reason. It takes a while.
Tell Derek it's not funny, Katie.
It is not funny. It is not funny.
It is horrible. Yeah, it's like a classic punk teenage kid thing to do.
Apparently, it's a big YouTube trend to do
Ooh.
that.
I remember being with some punk kids who did it, and it was like the same thing where like the fish began, and immediately we were just like, "Oh, this isn't entertaining. This is just kind of horrific."
Yeah, got sad pretty quick.
Because it's not like they're like vicious beasts that are they just kind of slowly butt heads, and you just see like pieces of it's.
Ew.
Like pieces of their food come out. They're like burping and
So I remember, I think we were
Yeah.
like, "This is depressing," and we separated them, and we did not make them fight to the death.
and they
So,
live happily ever after.
happily ever after. And one of those, and you know what?
What?
And
You still have
now we traded one for a Russian fish, and everyone wins.
Oh. So did your parents ever end up finding each other?
it? No, it took years.
Hope they show up to Christmas.
Yeah.
We invited them.
Yeah.
That is wild, like not having cell phones and not being able to go back to where you live. Like, how do I ever meet up with my spouse then?
Yeah.
Like, you need to establish, like pre-cell phone, did every couple have a rendezvous point? It's just
Okay.
like, hey,
Did you not have a like escape, fire, tornado kind of plan when you were little?
not necessarily
Yeah.
a plan.
Like it was like a point you would meet if like something,
Like in a school? Yes.
but
Well,
not
Jake-
at home.
Well, Jake lived on like an acreage of flat lands, probably like just wave,
Yeah.
and we'll see. We did have a little like, if this happens, we're gonna meet at that tree or
Yeah.
something.
Oh.
It's crazy
okay.
to. I mean, I'm already there a little bit, but it's like, can you think back to like my mom would be like, "Go out and ride your bike, be here for dinner." But she
Right.
had no way to contact. Like that's like with like having a child on the way or something. You think there's never again exists. Like we'll just run around and hope that you're fine.
Yeah.
It's
I don't even
like
let
kids,
you do that.
It's true. Like I'm checking your location. I'll be somewhere for too long. She's like, I see your location. What are you doing there?
At that
There's-
Kansas quick trip again.
Yeah, what in the world? That's the kids who've had a phone their whole lives. They can't even fathom.
That's
That's
what
weird.
a freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Pretty freaky.
Anyway,
Oof.
last thing on the earthquake bed, I think what's going to happen if anyone ever does bring this to production is it's supposed to like sense vibration and just close you up. I think there's a lot of things that could happen that aren't an earthquake. And you could be in the middle of something. Who knows what? Maybe the bed shakes a little bit.
Maybe.
Boom.
Boom.
You're just closed up.
Wow.
Just secured in this earthquake bed and no one knows you're in there. And I don't know if there's a way to get out.
Yeah. Well, I think we
It's-
see the population is decreasing in California, so maybe that's part of the issue.
Lock you in a little chamber.
They're just all stuck in the beds.
Yeah, they're all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, quarantining.
Well, it's probably like the tornado, like you have at your parents' house, the like tornado bunker where you get.
That thing's pretty cool. It's got a little bit of space. I remember when we first put that in.
kinda
I was like in
scary.
middle school. I'd hang out down there.
Oh, it's kind of scary.
You've been down there, right?
Yeah.
I was like, you gotta see this. If you're in the tornado country, you've been in one of the little freighty holes. Kind of cool. It's a whole room down there.
And right, they have it. It's like registered with the city. So that's what I'm saying. Surely there's a way you like register your earthquake bed with the city, so they know to come check you.
Yeah.
It could take days, but that's why you got the water in there.
Oh, man.
I know the bathroom situation is.
Yeah. How do you do that in the tornado shelter?
You don't want to know. I don't know. We've never been in that scenario. I guess, yeah, you just all get to know each other.
Yeah. How big is it? Like, could you have like a ping pong table down there?
No.
Dang.
I'm sure those exist. It's like 8 by 8, maybe.
Pretty small, pretty intimate. Got some canned goods.
I'm sure. Some little water.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Wi-Fi is working.
Yeah.